Hello everyone. So I've not been uploading videos to my channel for a bit now. I recently uploaded one that I recorded quite a while ago. But I've got a lot of things to tell you as to why I've not been around much. And it's been quite traumatic for us. And my life's just been totally affected by it. So flick the kettle on, grab your snacks, and let's have a little chat. Alexa, turn the kettle on.
Okay.
I've got a smart kettle and it's connected to the Alexa, and I love it because I can spend a few extra minutes in bed just to get extra warm, because I love me bed and I hate getting out of it on a morning, and then I can just tell her to pop the kettle on and she starts boiling away, man. And I've got the app on my phone that tells us when it's done boiling, but honestly I'll show you. There she is there in all of her glory. 100-degree boil. She's nearly there. Honestly, it's a great buy. Got it off Amazon for 50 odd quid. If you want the link, I can put it in the description. There we have it. Fab. So what's been happening? On the 2nd of November, I was on a period, and basically we are in December now. Today's date is the 6th of December, and I've never stopped bleeding. I've never had regulated periods. They've always been abnormal, and let me tell you this, the fight I've had to put up with my body for years is taking a toll on me right now. And what I did was I got in touch with my GP, and I'm like, listen, I've missed a period in October. I've bled all the way throughout November, and something's got to be done because this bleeding will not stop. And I've been passing quite a large amount of blood clots. They give me some tablets and they're called northisterone. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but the tablets basically stop a period. So I was given a 10-day course to try them out. It was like a trial, and the bleeding had stopped for a couple of days, and then I woke up one day and I'm like, right, I need to take my tablets. And then I was like, shit, I don't know if I've took them. So I decided to miss that whole day. And things were going good, and then I started to bleed again. And because now I finished them all together, because, I started taking them again the next day. And everything's been all over the place. I'm ringing the doctors. I'm ringing 111. I'm trying to find out what the hell's going on with my body. Bearing in mind, obviously me and Mark were, seeing if we could go through IVF through the NHS, and then all of a sudden my body is just completely fucked. Obviously we didn't get as far as the IVF because Mark already has a child and we don't like cover as being eligible for it. So this is like the second time I've missed a period, and then I've never bled for as long as this. We're on day 34, 35 now of me bleeding, and I would have thought at least that the medication would have stopped the bleeding altogether. That's what I hoped, but it hasn't. The other day when I had my friends over, the pains I was getting was absolutely horrific. Now, throughout all of this, I've been taking pregnancy tests. I've had blood tests taken at the GPs, and all of the results have come back as negative. But the way it's had us feeling and passing these large amount of blood clots was like I was having a miscarriage. But I've had 3 and I know what they feel like. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, nah, this ain't none of that. But obviously, Mark being my partner, he has saw what I've passed. And he thought it looked like that way as well. And I'm like, no, like, when you've had a miscarriage, you know what the feeling's like. And it can be hard to explain sometimes, but it most definitely wasn't that. The GP is referring us to a gynaecologist, and the fertility clinic want to see me and Mark in March 2025, which the fertility clinic at the hospital have left me waiting a while to find out what the results are of my scan that I had in October. Because of me having one ovary, they wanted to see how that ovary was doing when we were talking about the IVF and stuff. If you haven't watched my other videos, I've made a video where I talk about like fertility and the struggles I've had with it and ovarian cancer. So if you want to go watch that video, it's on my channel. I put like complaints in to the hospital because I've been waiting nearly 2-3 months for my results, because when this bleeding first started, it wasn't happening in October when I had the scan. It was after, so it was the 2nd of November, and I found out that the doctor had went away on holiday and never bothered to tell me what my results are. Then my own GP told me that they found possible adenomyosis, if that's how you say it, which is the cousin of endometriosis. Now, when I had asked the hospital this, I was like, I've been told you found this on the scan, what's going on? Oh, we've had a proper look at it, there's nothing like that. But would you like another scan? So I've requested another scan to make sure, but everyone's telling us it's not adenomyosis, but I shouldn't be bleeding for as long as I am. The doctors are meant to be professionals, and I feel like I'm getting no help. I've put complaints in, and it's not really getting us anywhere. And then I just get the excuses, you know, it's COVID, and, you know, it's this, that, and the other. Like, no, there's no way there's a backlog because of COVID. Like, it's ridiculous. I've been going through all of that shit, and then I'm finding my body has got like an effect, like I'm experiencing different symptoms, and a few of the symptoms is my hair's falling out and my skin is so dry. My lips, I can't get them hydrated. I've tried everything. I'm itchy. My skin's so dry I can't sleep at night. This has been going on with my sleeping pattern for so long. I don't know if it's because I'm still grieving over Charlie, my granddad, or if there's something else in the back of my mind that I'm not even thinking of, like something is affecting us, but I'm blaming all of the stress that I'm having with these periods. And when you look up online and stuff and you start reading into things, it does get into your head, and you shouldn't Google your symptoms. You shouldn't Google certain things, I get that, but sometimes you can't help it. And it's just been fucking hell on. It feels like my cervix has just been punctured, and the pains, like that horrible straining feeling. When I noticed something wasn't right was it started to get up to like 2 weeks of bleeding, and I could not get off the toilet. I was going backwards and forwards to have a wee, and when I was going on the toilet, it felt like I couldn't, like, how can I explain it? The wee wasn't stopping. I was sat on the toilet and it would just kept coming out constantly, and it was like I just can't empty my bladder. And then all of this come out about like the scans have detected this, or you've been bleeding for this long. Like, there's so many things happening at different times. It's hard for me to process and keep up. So obviously, with all that being said, that is the reason why I've not really been posting any videos or any updates, because I wanted to get myself better before I started to come back on here and to discuss things. But I thought, you know what, why wait? Like, I could never get better, you know? But the professionals need to start doing something, because I feel the longer that I'm waiting, it could be doing more damage. But at the moment, the bleeding, I am still passing clots, and they're about, say, that big. And I know a lot of people have told us to go to hospital, but the GP have put us down as urgent to see a gynaecologist. So they're waiting to hear back from them. But obviously, with it being urgent, they can always chase them up sooner. So it's just a waiting game. But the bleeding's getting less now. But the point is, I'm still bleeding and passing clots. And I know you should go straight to hospital if your clots are bigger than a 50p piece of a grape. But they are quite big, and the GP told us the reason why you're clotting away yours, because obviously you finished your course of your medication to stop the periods, and this is the after effect of when you stop taking them. But honestly, I thought, oh my God, I'm hemorrhaging. Like, these clots have been brutal. And what's affecting us all the more is, like, it looks like I've lost a baby. That's what's in my head. It's saying everything. What I'm passing, it is traumatic. It's not nice. Like, last night, this is a little bit TMI, but I like to be raw and brutally honest and truthful with everyone when I'm explaining what I'm going through and stuff. I was sat here and I was playing Fortnite with my friends, and I just felt a gush, and it felt like I was giving birth. Like, obviously I've never experienced birth, but when you can feel something just shooting out of you, I got up and I was like clenching myself, and I had to go to the toilet, and I sat down on the toilet and it wasn't moving, and I had to literally pull it out. But it wasn't as big as what the other ones were, but still, all this isn't easy, and it's very hard to cope with because it's constant flashbacks all the time. What I've told the GP is that if needs must, I will have a hysterectomy. I've said in another video that no matter what happens, I will continue to try to make a family with Mark. And Mark knows the stress, the upset, and everything that I've been going through. It's been affecting him as well. And he told me, we can still try, but it's all about your happiness and what you want to do. I'm happy with or without children, and I'm 100% there to support you. So I thought about contraception at first, you know, the Mirena coil, but then I have heard some horror stories, and it's not very nice to get put in. And then there's the hysterectomy side, but I'm also worried about the side effects that you get, you know, the change of life, and that I know about the hormone patches, the injections and stuff. And I mean, I'm only 31 and I'm having to put up with all this shit. Like, I totally feel for anybody that's going through the same thing. There's more worse people out there that's had it worse than what I have. But it's not easy. It really isn't. Like, I could go on all day about this, and I'm wishing it would go away, all of this, and I can continue on with my life, but I just can't. Sanitary towels are so expensive as well, and that's costing me a fortune at the moment. Washing powder, all of that to get my underwear clean if I've been too heavy. Like, I'm not soaking through pads one after the other, but like, there is enough there to like cover the whole pad. But this is like hours after, you know, I've changed my sanitary towel, so I'm not like experience murder and scenes and stuff like that, if you understand where I'm coming from. But like, it is getting painful between the groin areas, and then it's costing us a fortune for sanitary towels. It's costing us for more soap powder and stuff to wash underwear. It's ridiculous. I just want to feel free, not have to do all this shit and put up with it. That's everything that's been happening. It's affected my mental health. It's affecting all sorts. I can't settle. I've got energy, then I don't have energy. It's coming up to Christmas and I'm just not enjoying myself. And I've fighted with my body for like 7-8 years now. And it's like, it's getting harder and harder. Like, I do want children, don't get us wrong, but it's coming to the point now where I'm like, I'd rather not put up with this. I'd rather have like no womb, no more bleeding, no nothing. I'm at no risk of infections or anything like that if I get all of my womb taken out, and my ovaries, well, I say ovaries, one ovary, and just be free, because it's painful, this experience. With all of this happening, it does put you out of your day. Now, I'm quite active on my feet. I'm always doing something. But it's getting to the point where I'm waking up and I'm sitting all day and I can't be bothered to do anything. My energy is so low at the moment where I'm waking up and I'm just wasting my time doing absolutely nothing, and I feel it's not my fault. I'm trying to push myself as much as I can to be productive throughout the day and do something with my time. I just don't have the motivation. And I do seriously believe, because of all the hormonal changes and stuff and these periods, like it does affect you 100%. I'm a true believer in it, and this is the major impact. And especially in the middle of the night as well. Oh my God, you just lie there and you feel like you're slowly slipping into madness. You can't sleep, and then you're tossing, you're turning, you're on your phone, you're sitting on the edge of the bed, you're looking around and you think, like, what the fuck? Like, what can you do? Like, I'll close my eyes and I'm like, right, just fall asleep, block everything out. But you can't, because you're wide awake of the night time and you're wondering, like, what's going to happen later? What's going to happen tomorrow? Am I going to be okay? Like, 5 to 6 hours sleep at night is no good, especially when you're going through shit. And then that is impacting you. It's just all lying on top of each other. It's like a game of Jenga. That's what I'm feeling. And it's about to tip. But I don't want it to tip. I want to try and manage it as much as I can. But am I going to be able to? This is the thing. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I just want to be able to go. I want to go back to normality and feel good again, not feel depressed. Because the amount of tears I've cried, oh my God, like, it's unbelievable. I have to push myself to care for myself and care for my house and everything. Luckily, Mark's a star and he has been helping us quite a lot. But I look at him and I start feeling really bad for him, and I'm like, he should be, resting. And, like, men need a break as well as what we do. But I'm used to being the one in charge, in role of everything, handling everything when it comes to cleaning stuff. Like, I've totally neglected my house, I've neglected me. And obviously I've had to have a sit and think about my life and everything, and I'm thinking, I can't do this to myself, and I can't let things get in the way of my daily routines. And I've had to force myself to clean, to take care of myself, and it's been working. As much as, like, my brain's telling us, like, just sit there, do fuck all, like, you're not well. That's what I'm telling myself, I'm not well, and I shouldn't be telling myself that. Like, yeah, I've got this problem going on, but it's a horrible, dark, ugly rut that I feel I'm in. It's not good at all. Years go on by after I went through all this surgery and everything, and then it's like, I'm thinking, this now, what's next? That's how it makes us feel. When you're getting told one thing then another from hospitals, that mentally affects you, because you don't know what's going on with you. Then it's the waiting times and stuff, to where you have to wait for letters to come through your door for appointments and everything, and you have to physically go there when it's time, and then you have to wait more, and then you get seen to, and then you don't know what the hell they're doing to you. You don't know what to expect. What are the results? You have to wait for them. mushes your head up. I've never felt this stressed in my life. Like, I just want to feel free again. I've seen my mum and Nana go through the change of life. They don't have periods anymore, and my mum, she has her tubes tied and stuff. Then she had a hysterectomy, and my Nana, she's went through the same, and I've seen how the side effects later on in your life of a hysterectomy can make a woman feel. Now, I've never experienced the feeling side of it because I've not went through it yet. But seeing my mum and Nana have side effects where they can get angry, really ratty, quite quick, and the sweats that they get, the sickness, the dizziness, it is scary, and I have been thinking about that a lot, where I'm like, do I really want a hysterectomy? But then I'm thinking logically, like, your health is very important, and that's what I've been brought up by. Like, you have to look after yourself, you have to get yourself seen to, and that's what's been drilled in my head. And I'm grateful for that, because I do look after myself. A few times like this I haven't really been doing that, but I have been getting myself seen to at the GPs and stuff, because the last thing I want is to let this go on for as long as it has and not get anything dealt with. What's in my head is that if pugs just do not care, like, I'm recording and your ass is in the way of the camera. I feel if I'm to get pregnant, I have fears of us dying. That's what I think all the time, I'm going to die. And everyone's telling us, like, it's not going to happen like that. And if you were to fall pregnant, nothing bad's going to happen if you give birth. And it's like, God is so uptight, and I've cried over it. I'm panicking over things, and things haven't even happened yet. But I suppose that's just the way things can get you. And this little one, like, he knows when I'm upset all the time, and he's been a great support as well. Like, people say animals are just dogs and cats and guinea pigs and what have you, but to me, he's a part of the family. He's been a good support network for us, so I'm grateful for that. You can't have me coffee, no. There's been like a lot of shit happening, but I need to get back at this gym, because I have been eating a lot more than what I was. I was getting canny with the motivation, staying on track, eating healthy, staying motivated, going to the gym every day, multiple times a day, and just enjoying life. But at the moment, none of that's happening. I think I need to get more stabilisation in my life, because if I don't, it's going to make us stir crazy. Christmas coming up, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not at the same time because of what's been happening. But I'm trying to put a brave face on and just try and get through it, because it's hard when you're going through these changes in your life and you don't give an answer for it. I just want to feel better again. I want to feel me again. Back to my happy, bubbly self, and not feel like the way I do now. I do have amazing people around us, family, friends. I have my partner Mark, but sometimes it can get a bit too much to where I feel like nothing's working. But this is the dark hole, like it's just negative. All these things happening at once and I can't seem to be free from it. I never thought I'd cry making this video, but it's just come out and I'm like, wow. It can feel really lonely and depressing when all this is happening. But big part of it is like, do you want to try for kids? Or do you think it's best to not have them because of this happening? I don't even know if there's chances of us having them with everything that's going on. Then there's a lot of fears and stuff. It's shit, man. I had a lot of content ready to make as well. I wanted to show off like my baking skills with everyone. I wanted to like do tutorials. I wanted to do Vlogmas as well. And I just can't. I feel defeated. And I just want to be me again, and I feel like I can't be. I'm looking forward to things, but at the same time I'm not, because I want to be able to get through this and have everything all clear. I want things to go back the way they were, but I think it's going to be a long time before that happens. But I'm trying to remain strong and keep going, try and keep myself sane. Because if I don't, stir crazy will come. And that's the part I'm trying to avoid. But I do have great people around us that are supporting us through it all, being there for us. But the last thing I wanted to do was come on here and start crying. But sometimes you just can't help it. But I love talking to people how I feel and getting it off my chest, because I feel if I don't, it's just going to bottle up and eat away at us. So yeah, that's everything. I feel I've covered everything to update you and let you know what's been going on. I'll be back soon though. I just need a bit of time, but I will update everyone once when everything's getting there. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye everyone.